head a little bit. That's out of the way now. If you're willing to wait, Eden should be here in a few minutes. Or an hour. Depends really on how they feel.
They.
They, yes. It's not a fusion. As you are all sitting there, you hear as you're all sitting there listening to this feeling of correction. As you're all sitting here and you're just kind of calming down from this event that just happened, from outside, you hear stumbling a little bit. Then afterwards, a loud, who's your name?
Oh, that was actually intended, okay.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Yeah, turn around.
As a small dwarf comes stumbling in the door. Hello, how may I help you? As he looks over at you, Grim. Who are you?
I am Garome. We're here to talk to, what was the guy's name again? Eden?
Oh, just Eden, the bad lad, man. He clears his throat a little bit. And he does a bit of a bow. Just now noticing that in his right hand there is still a tankard. He does a bit of a bow. I am. Give me 1 second, as I don't remember what I named him. Can't even remember my name my own NPCs.
Bob.
I named. He bows his head. Barkin at your service. And your family. As he stumbles in a little bit more, over to the counter, where he does come around the counter, and you hear him shuffling around you hear him shuffling around a little bit as he comes up with a small Barkin.
Really?
Bark.
Oh wait, not Barkin. Okay.
Yeah, shut up.
Thought you stole my name.
I stole the name, but not the character. As he comes up, you see a small reddish potion that you see him down. Ugh. Victor.
Yes?
Are you ready to work?
Ready as always.
Good. He comes out from around the counter and over to the anvil, where the animals weren't turned on. As he steps closer, you see his leg come up a little bit more as it shrinks down, and then anvil comes to life, and then the forge comes to life a little bit more. It just comes to life. Sorry. What's going on? You see him take out a very large chunk of metal and place it on top of the forge as he looks at all of you. I specialize in dwarven-made weapons, armor, and novelties. As he holds up his tankard again. Made this myself.
Do you make armor for people of my size?
Unlike the gnome, yes, I do.
What do you have?
Dwarven-made armor. Just said it.
Is that all you have?
Dwarven-made weapons and armor. What the come on. Keep up with the program.
He is a dwarf, so technically anything he makes would be dwarven made.
I'm out of character. Would that dwarven made armor be better than my own?
You wouldn't know until he made it. As again, you're not exactly sure of how well anything in this area is made.
Too bad you don't have any money, I say, teasingly.
Oh yes, if only we didn't steal from the elderly.
Oh, hold on. You don't have any money.
I do not
We're-
have any money on my...
That's because we're not here to purchase anything. We are here to try to talk to Eden. Because that's why we are here. We're sent specifically to talk to him.
Okay. You see him kind of wiggle his mustache a little bit. So, okay, fine, whatever. You see him take out a piece of paper from his back pocket, and he looks it over, and then he hands it over to Victor. And Victor looks at it a little bit, and then stumbles. Oh, not really stumbles. He stumbles over as he still stumbles over to another box on the side of the forge that has a lot. And when you open it, there's a lot of metal in there.
Right, so let's see here. 14 orders for horseshoes, 15 orders for pitchfork replacements. Huh. That one's new. And ooh, armor, finally, something nice. Dwarven made? You see Barkin come up over his anvil a little bit. No, that one's for Ali. Of course. Alley this, alley that, whatever, fuck it. Alright.
He takes
Alright.
out larger chunks and he walks over to the forge and places them in.
Right.
I want to ask the dwarf, when can we meet the blacksmith that we're here for?
Is it not the blacksmith you're looking for?
He tilts his head a little bit. Well, I usually come in around 10. Ali comes in at 11. And then Eden likes to come in right after Ali. I don't know why, but that's what they do. He looks at his own... He looks at a... Bit of like a... He looks out the window a little bit, and he looks up at the sky. Shouldn't be too long. No, not at all. As you say this, more footsteps are heard again outside.
Is that them?
It's you don't hear any talking, but you do hear someone coming.
Cool. I'm gonna go look and see who it is.
As you walk to the door, someone else walks right past you. Pardon me. Excuse me.
I'm gonna talk to the dwarf. Is this them?
They said they come immediately after her, so he'll probably be here very soon.
As she hears you say this, you know it's rude to talk about people when they're right in front of you, right?
What is your
I'm
name?
terribly sorry.
She kind of straightens out her apron a little bit, and she holds out her hand. Ali.
I will wait at the door for Eden.
Let me guess. You see Ali kind of put her arms on the counter. Let me guess. You're here with those dour hand fellows.
Hell no.
Not?
Hell no. Bunch of assholes, those pricks.
Assholes. They own the fucking kingdom.
Yeah, and they're assholes. Throw me in jail just because I insult someone on a map.
That's why we do what we do. We make sure that we don't get thrown in ourselves.
Understandable. In that case, it's probably best we keep the information to a minimum, yeah?
Well, to be honest, we keep what we do. We do what we do to keep ourselves out. We also don't really. If you're potentially a paying customer, we won't sell you out.
Still,
You
don't
hear,
go lie if you don't know anyone.
You hear Victor speak up a little bit. I won't.
Kill the gnome.
Don't.
Murder
as you-
says kill the gnome.
As you say this, you notice Victor reach behind him and he pulls out a small black ball with a string hanging off the end.
The fuck you just say?
I roll over and I point at Guru.
As soon as you see this, you see both Barkin and Allie's eyes go extremely wide. Victor, you hear Allie from behind the counter. Victor, put it away. Victor, away now.
Jox is
Like,
just
may I
laying on the
swear,
ground.
will you stop trying to start shit?
The murder fairy said it, and the murder fairy is this ooze kid, I say, pointing at him.
You see Allie you see Victor put the thing away, and you see Allie rub her head. I apologize if the gnome has done anything.
Believe it or not, has done nothing wrong, to be honest.
Oh, I find that hard to believe.
I know, but you forget, one of the Minotaurs, like, we're kind of having a tough day just trying to get through a day without everything going to hell.
Oh, you too. Great, glad to hear it. And it's about now, Caradon, as you're looking out the door, you see a very large, hulking figure walking down the pathway. At first you can't really see anything noticeable about it, but as this figure does get closer, you see that there is a large maul hanging, their arms hanging over the pole of the maul as they walk closer to the building.
What do they look like?
I will show you. As they do get closer, they get up to about the door, as you finally can get most of the stuff about this figure figured out. It's Goliath in nature. Long hair down to about their waist. As they walk up to the door, they stop and look at you.
Are you Eden?
It depends on who's asking.
I don't know what to say to that.
We are friends. And we are sent here by a friend.
Caradon, as you are still standing in the doorway, she kind of, ushers you kind of away from the door so that way she can walk in.
I mean, I would
Kind of a
moved
big-
out the way.
Kind of a big figure here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll allow her to get past me with no problem.
She walks in and over to the remaining anvil as she kind of sets her again. You see her step on a stone, and the forge ignites a little bit. As she again takes out a cube and puts it on top of the forge.
Who's gonna bring it up? I'm not.
Since I'm the one who has to keep doing it, guess I'll do it again. You have a moment where you get me to speak to you about something.
As you do walk closer and say this, the stone around her, you can kind of get a look that the stone around her is kind of cracked and broken, and about at that time you realize why, as suddenly the maul comes down right next to her with a lot of force.
Take a step back.
Sorry, I forget small people don't exactly like it. What do you want?
Well, we were sent by I should this discreetly. Alright, I have an idea. Now I can tell you
If you're here because if the Dower Hand again have come to talk to me about working for them,
No, not Dire Hand. We are not working with Dire Hand. I'm gonna say
then who are
this.
you?
I'm gonna tap my head. It's like, and she'll hear and reminded. We are here because we were sent by the Iron Forge.
Where before she was kind of smiling a little bit, now the smile fades. Where you had just started hearing the hammering before on the other side of the room, it again stops, and Allie's the only one that doesn't really seem too affected by what you just said. However, Eden kind of stands there a little bit.
Well, again, I said this to her in her mind to try and keep on the down low.
It's not very loud in the forge, in the area.
Don't
As,
have it.
Quit ruining my story elements. Either way, they would have seen Eden's face where it was smiling before,
Yeah.
now changed to a frown. You see her kind of crack her knuckles as she grabs a large, straight piece of metal from her own box. Aye, and what do they want?
From what I've been told, they wish to seek your assistance because their current blacksmith is up there in age.
Jason isn't up there in age. He's perfectly fine, especially with those knuckles that I made him.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing those earlier. They looked very impressively made.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't get it either because he definitely seemed very capable. I think the main thing is that, as good as he is still only one person. You know.
Look, as much as I do love the idea of going back to them and working with them, I find, with how things have been going lately, I don't see myself being able to work with them anymore. I mean, the Dower Hands have the entire kingdom under an iron fist. The Iron Forge are basically rebels in their eyes, and to them this is... Look, I appreciate the offer, and trust me, you can tell them that I will be more than happy to supply what I can to them, but until this Dower Hand thing has been blown over, I can't do much. You see her stick the piece of metal into the forge. And either way, even if I did want to help them, the Dower Hand have us on watch constantly. In fact, the fact that you came in is probably already sent off a couple of alarms, and it's already going to bring attention to us. If they delve into my past, they're going to know my affiliation with them, and more importantly, they're going to lock me up and shut the forge down, and Victor won't have a place to stay. Barkin will never have a place to drink anymore because he won't be making any coin. And Allie, she kind of looks over at her as Allie's now looking at this whole ordeal. I don't know what you get from this, actually, Allie. I don't know. Allie kind of shrugs a bit and just kind of goes back to the counter. Anyways, look. I'm sorry to say this, but I can't. Alright? You see her take up her maul as she brings the chunk of metal out of the forge. She places it down on the anvil and clamps it down. You see her take a step back, picking up the maul, and brings it right down on the heated part of it, shaping a large chunk of it. To anyone who's paying attention to Victor and Barkin, what is happening is Barkin is taking the metal, and instead of clamping it, he's holding it down himself, while Victor repeatedly is hitting the metal. Can you get just see that they're pretty much a very well good team.
How about you try to convince her?
I'm asleep on trucks.
Oh, blow dart her again to wake her up.
Fucking
How will that work?
Shox is currently
Just
asleep
playing.
underneath
I'm
May.
just playing.
Just saying.
Yeah, we're just like on top of each other.
But you are our charisma person. God damn it.
You were boring me to death.
So
Shox needs a kill.
Is there something that we know?
I was like,
I don't know what to do.
As you say this, you see Victor kind of look at you all, look over at Barkin, and then Victor, for the first time since you've been over here, walks out of the building and off to the side. As he walks out, Caradon, you do feel him slightly tap you, as if gesturing for to follow.
Yeah, I figured. I'll follow him. Right.
So as you come outside, Victor kind of where before he was kind of energetic, he now seems kind of down a little bit. Look, look, all right. She needs this. She really does. There is something that I can tell you to use to get her to come with you, but see, he kind of like bites his own knuckle a bit. Right, okay. The best thing I can say is you need to appeal to her sense of glory. She's not a very fame-driven person, but the few times that I know that she does, it is certainly with the Iron Forge. She needs this more than anything in the world. She's been getting very lonely here, and you get the point. You get the point. Look, just all three of us will help you. Just convince her.
I have a question.
What?
I don't know how to do that.
Talk to her.
So,
Speak to her. We'll help you. We'll give you things to bounce off of while talking. Just start the conversation. I'll start it. Then Barkin will catch on to what I'm saying, and then Allie will catch on to what Barkin is saying, and then hopefully Eden will catch on to what Allie's saying, and then join you. Yes. Great plan, right?
sure.
Yes.
We'll do that, and then I'll start to walk back in.
As you do, you feel two gnomish hands reach up and push your legs. Quickly, quickly, quickly!
And then I'll look at Groon as I walk in and tell him what I just heard from Victor.
Alright, I'm gonna wait for this.
Quietly.
As you see Victor walk in, he looks over at Barkin and Allie and then nods, and walks over to Eden. Hi, Eden. You don't. She doesn't say anything. She looks over at him. So, I have a question for you. You see her put down her maul again and look directly at him. What are you doing? I'm sorry? What are you doing? This is the perfect opportunity. Think about it for a second, right? The Dour Hands keep bothering us, right? Exactly. They keep bothering us. So, by affiliating ourselves with the Iron Forge, then they won't be bothering us anymore, because they'll be trying to kill us. You hear
No,
a
let's-
cough. You hear a cough come from Barkin. What he's trying to say is, this might be just what you're looking for. Let's face it, you're getting bored here, right? Like, come on. You come in late when you're supposed to be in before me. You own the shop, and yet you're always the last one in. As well as, to be honest, your materials are getting about as well made as Victor's. You see her physically take a step back as her eyes kind of widen a bit. That's not true. Is that true?
Hmm.
I kind of meant to say this nicely, but those hands did kind of, did notice a couple cracks in them.
You see her nostrils kind of flare for a second. I am a craftsman. I do everything. I put my heart and my soul into everything I make, and it's... You see her kind of rest her hand on her anvil, ignoring the currently red blade that is now her hand is now resting on.
Hmm.
Allie kind of holds up her hand. As well as you are lacking in other positions. You see Eden kind of look over to her. And then look back at you all. All right. You know what? You see her kind of shake her head a little bit. You said Jackson is getting how old?
Old?
Pretty old. Did we ever get told how old he was?
Last time I saw him was about when you did talk to him, he was up there in age, somewhere in his late 80s.
Yeah.
Last time I spoke to him, he was in his 30s, and he was the best craftsman that I could have thought he was. I made him those knuckles for when he got old, because I knew those knuckles were going to preserve his hands to the point where he could still do the same stuff he was before.
He's in his late 80s.
You see her kind of...
His hands may be up to it, but what about his spirit?
Or the rest of his body?
The spirit is willing, but the body is weak.
You could help
All right.
him. You could inspire him. You could help people do good.
Like,
All
think
right.
about
You
it.
could be a hero.
Think about the blacksmith that single-handedly overthrow an oppressive regime. That's the shit that stories are made out of.
You see Victor kind of turn to you and you see him kind of put 2 thumbs up. Yeah. That's good. Keep that up. He turns back to her. Anyways, all 3 of us here are going to be with you no matter what you do.
Ah, that's so.
But all 3 of us will be very disappointed in you if you didn't go along with this. I mean, sure, you do have a family, but remember, your family also works with you. As he kind of gestures over to Allie. He
Wait,
kind of turns around and you see him kind of smirking a little bit.
so wait, she's a Goliath, so is Allie?
No, Goliath is human. Goliath is human. Allie is human.
Where
Allie
am I
is
getting Goliath from?
She might
Goliath
be.
is,
She might be her adopted.
no. Allie is human while Eden is Goliath.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Family's in the, sense of it, not...
As you say this, Victor kind of speaks up. No. They're... He kind of gestures between the 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you caught up now?
Yeah.
You caught up now?
Yeah.
Good.
I don't understand. Could you please repeat what he did?
As Victor looks at you, he kind of looks over at May. Why do you think she walks with a limp sometimes?
Jesus Christ.
Couldn't put 2 and 2 together.
I am very sorry that I asked. That's good.
Yeah.
He looks over. He kind of gestures to the mall. That thing's used for more than just hammering.
Okay, we get the idea. We get the idea.
Thank you.
Look, the fact is, I don't think we'd have to bring just you. I mean, the others could come along if they wanted to.
As Victor did say this, you see him take a step forward. As a couple seconds later, the head of the mall kind of impacts right where he was standing. She got me the first time, never got me afterwards. As a couple seconds later, you see a small ball hit him in the side of the head as Allie threw it.
Gotta keep an eye in all directions.
I think it would be settled at this point that you guys are coming with us.
I mean, hold on, we can't just assume things.
You see Eden kind of rubbing her forehead. I don't know. All right. Afterwards, you see Victor kind of look over at her. She's coming. She'll be there. Trust me.
All right.
Don't trust me. Trust her. As he points to Allie. She will make sure. She will make sure she comes, as well as us two.
All right.
She'll be there.
You know what the old saying is? Glory does not wait for the idle. Doesn't look around like, this place looks pretty idle if you ask me. As I walk out.
Then we are now homeward bound.
Yes. You are also leaving 2 members asleep.
Then we are now homeward bound.
No, I was kind of stirring. I already did
Wake up,
that.
damn it! I just like wave a piece of meat in front of Trox. Then wake up.
Without waking up, Trox opens his mouth and like jolts
Wow.
forward and like goes lays back down.
Like, freaking damn it.
I turn into a bull.
Oh, I was about to wake him up, or like see if I could.
Tim.
Well, I'm not gonna slap him, that's for
Turn into a bull. I'm not really manipulating tokens at the moment, as you did see once I put it,
Yes.
as you did see a few times. Because I'm getting
Tis
started a
fine.
little bit. But anyways,
I want to headbutt trucks.
Oh.
Fucking damn it.
Let me just let you know what Assel's bonus is, real quick.
Oh, I know.
That is a +7.
Okay. Athletics?
Oh, just athletics? Yeah, it's +7 athletics.
yep.
It is
So and then
+7 to 16.
so 16. Okay.
Yeah, this is-
So you headbutt trucks. Wasn't even really need to be a roll for that. So trucks, you just got headbutt. How does wake up? I don't know.
I wake up. What do I
You're still a
see?
bull.
A bull.
So
A
you are
white
still a
bull.
bull.
I look at the bull, and I headbutt the bull.
You said
Okay,
when
can we do this outside?
you said when you fall asleep, you turn into a bull, correct?
He just did it that time.
Oh, never mind.
I didn't do it this time because I just didn't want to.
Then let's head back to the base.
Just run outside.
Off we
Right,
go!
transformation.
And hopefully kill something on the way that is not a deer.
Right. Now we are going home. Or at least the home base.
On the way, I'm going to do a survival check for food. I got my fancy thing to get more food now.
I didn't mark off rations for the second trip.
I did not either.
Well, you survival check.
Oh yeah, I did survival check. I didn't add on anything for that last one. Well, not
So
this
another
one,
day's
but the one
ration?
before, so.
Okay. For the other one, for the last one before this, because you were, you did find again 2 deer, and now you found a deer.
Well,
Not on any game paths, but
the influence thing gives me a set number of rations for that now.
Mm.
okay.
What?
So I get 5. Actually, it is 6.
Can I roll a D100 again?
No.
No.
Can I roll the D100?
Anyone else but
Yes.
him can roll.
Let me find my phone.
83.
Trask. That is the Trask.